I'm glad to present you Dr. Louise Newson. Hello.
Hello, hi.
Menopause is increasingly discussed worldwide, but yet many women still feel underinformed. From your perspective, what are the most common misconceptions about hormones during menopause today?
So the most common misconception is that women think, and doctors as well, that menopause is a transition process that people just endure and then they get out the other side. What they're forgetting is it's a long-term hormone deficiency with health risks. Also, a lot of people think it's just flushes and sweats, the commonest symptoms, and they're not. Commonest symptoms are those affecting our brains, so memory problems, mood changes, fatigue, anxiety. And we know that hormones are safe. A lot of people think that taking hormones has more risks than benefits, and it's the other way around. So there are a lot of people that are suffering without any need to.
Your presentation focuses on the hormones and why we need them. Why is it so important to understand hormones not only as reproductive regulators, but as key players for our overall health?
Because they work. Hormones are just chemical messengers that work on every cell in our body. And for many decades, people have thought the hormones progesterone, estradiol and testosterone were only important for periods and our reproductive tract. And even menopause is defined as lack of periods. So people often forget the importance of hormones throughout our bodies. And when those levels are low, it can have negative effects on our bodies. So it's changing the perception really of what hormones are and what they do is really important.
And how early should women start paying attention to hormonal changes, and what signs might indicate that perimenopause has already begun?
So this is why in my presentation I was talking about my 23-year-old daughter as well, because our hormones are changing throughout our whole lives. And so often people are waiting for their perimenopause or menopause, but when you talk to them, they've actually had a long history of premenstrual syndrome or premenstrual dysphoric disorder and been really struggling with their hormones for many years. And a lot of people who are teenagers are just told to get on with it, or they're given the contraceptive pill, which isn't going to replace their natural hormones in the same way. So we should be getting as much information as possible, as soon as possible. The other thing is when a lot of people are perimenopausal or menopausal, they get brain fog and memory problems. It can be harder to remember the knowledge that you're reading. So that's why it's important to have that knowledge soon. But the other thing is about increasing awareness so that people can recognise symptom changes in their parents, in their work colleagues, in their relatives. So the awareness is really important, and I think that is changing quite a lot. So men are more aware than they used to, and younger people are more aware too, because often when people are really struggling, it's too late. People should be thinking about hormones at a younger age so that they don't have to suffer.
And what key message would you like the audience to remember after attending your lecture at the New Rhythm Forum?
The biggest thing that I think the most important thing is about choice. I want people to come away feeling empowered, wanting to have more information to make choices that are right for them, because so often as women we're judged or misjudged because we decide to do or not do something. And I can sense there's a bit of atmosphere when people are talking about hormones, and it's not fair on women actually. So I think women should hopefully from today just feel a bit more confident in making choices, hopefully more confident in finding the right clinician for them, and also remembering that there are more risks to their health of not having hormones than having hormones. So we need to change the conversation more.
And finally, what does participation in international forums like this one mean to you personally?
Do you know what? A lot of my work is to try and help as many women as possible globally. And obviously I can do that through my Balance app. I can do it through my podcast. But there's nothing better than actually seeing and feeling people and actually listening to stories. In every country I've been to, the stories are really very similar, which is really, really sad. This is a global problem. It's a huge crisis that women's health is struggling and suffering because they're not having access to hormones. You know, I'm hearing a lot about how poor access is for hormones over here. In England, it's actually not hugely better. But I think women will make the difference. It's not about me making a difference, it's about women working together. And so it's really important to come, and it's a real privilege to be here in Bulgaria because I've never been to Bulgaria before.
Thank you for attending New Written Forum for such an important topic for all of us.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Thank you.